Hey guys, welcome to Student Success Skills. I'm so excited to have our first group today, and it's so great to have you all together. We're going to have some time getting to know each other, going over some group norms and group rules, talking about some new ideas and concepts that I hope will be successful or will help you to be successful in school and also in life and at home. So when we first met, when we did our first meeting, just you and I, do you guys remember the logo that I shared with you regarding student success skills? Awesome. So just as a reminder, this logo serves as an important reminder we are working together in a community of caring, support, and encouragement to develop skills which increase our confidence and lead to good effort and success in whatever we do. And see how it's all tied together in the logo? Awesome. And everyone remembers that? Anyone have any questions about that?
No.
So since this is the first time together, and you guys obviously probably don't know each other's names, are you cool if we play a fun name game real quick?
Sure. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, so I know this game, and it's a lot of fun. It's called the name game. And what we do is we go around in a circle, and you start by saying your name. We start with the first person. They say their name, and then think of an animal that starts with the first letter of your name. And then the next person will say the previous person's name and animal, and their name and an animal that starts with the first letter of their name, and we'll go all the way around until the last person has to say everyone's name. Sound good? Mm-hmm. So everyone already knows that I'm Mrs. Cannon, so I'm gonna step back and let you guys play, but I'll be the last person to say everybody's name, if that sounds good to everyone. Mm-hmm. Good? Okay, so I'm thinking we're gonna start with you. How does that sound?
All right.
Okay.
Joseph the Jackrabbit.
Joseph the Jackrabbit. Very good.
Joseph the Jackrabbit and Ellie the Elephant.
Joseph the Jackrabbit, Ellie the Elephant, and Rowan the Raccoon.
Joseph the Jackrabbit, Ellie the Elephant, Rowan the Raccoon, Orin the Octopus.
Joseph the Jackrabbit, Ellie the Elephant, Rowan the Raccoon, and Orin the Octopus, and Nicholas the Newt.
Excellent. I love that. And see, that's a great way to learn and remember people's names. So we have Joseph the Jackrabbit, Ellie the Elephant, Rowan the Raccoon, Orin the Octopus, and Nicholas the Newt. And that's a creative animal too, Nicholas. I love that. That was a lot of fun. Did you guys have fun with that?
Yeah.
Okay, good. And it'll help you remember each other's names, and sometimes it'll be fun reflecting back on, oh, that's right, Nicholas the Newt, when we talk again, right?
Oh yeah.
I think so too. So let's talk a little bit, since this is our first time together, let's talk a little bit about our group rules or our group norms. So this is a sign that I brought with me today that other groups that I've had have felt to be, these are helpful rules or norms to have in the group. And I just wanted to go over them with you guys and make sure we're all in agreement, and then make sure that we have all the rules that we need to have listed here. Sound good? Awesome. So the first rule is when others are talking, I will listen with my eyes, ears, and heart. You guys know what that means?
No.
Anyone have an idea or want to try?
Maybe just keep focus on the person.
I like that. So then if someone's focused on you, how does that make you feel about what you're saying?
Better.
That they're getting
Listen
it.
to.
That they're getting it, feel better. And what did you say, Ellie?
Listen to.
And that you're being listened to. Absolutely. Sounds good. I like that. And the next one is, I will respect the opinions of others, even if I disagree. If I forget and give a put down, then I agree to say to put ups to the person. So let's talk a minute about what that might mean. So we're going to respect everyone's opinion. And if a put down accidentally escapes your lips, you agree that you're going to say two positive things about that particular person to make up for the one put down. But I'm hopeful that we won't even have to do that because we're all going to be so positive and supportive of each other. Like the logo we talked about earlier, and the culture that we're creating in our group. Sound good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And what this is really important. What I say in here belongs to me, and I can share it with anyone I want. What others say belongs to them, and I agree to not share it with anyone else outside the group. You guys are all in agreement?
Yeah.
Yes.
So can you recap what that means to you? Rowan, do you want to try?
Not sharing other people's information outside of this meeting.
Okay, that's super important, because if we have a group that's going to be really trusting and open to one another and sharing important but personal things, we need to feel safe that that's not going to be shared outside of our group. So I just want to make sure everybody's in agreement that that's a good group rule that we're all going to follow. Maybe a thumbs up if we're all in.
Mm-hmm.
Love it. Okay. And then the other one I have is everyone has the right to pass during any group activity. Anyone want to take a stab at what that means to them?
You can opt out of group activity if you don't
You
feel
can.
comfortable with it.
If you don't feel comfortable. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's important to feel comfortable, and if there's anything that I'm asking you to do makes you feel uncomfortable, then feel free to say that you just aren't comfortable doing that. No questions asked, and we'll move forward. Okay? Is there anything that's not included on here that we should include to help our group be comfortable and a safe place for us to all be in?
No.
No?
Not that I know of.
Not that you know of? No? Rowan? Ellie? Okay, so we're all in on these group rules?
Yep.
So one idea I have for us to like demonstrate that we're all in is like, you know, like on teams where like everybody's all in and you put your hand in. Well, it's kind of COVID, but we are a family and we're close together. But maybe if we just put our hands all in and we all agree that we're gonna follow these group agreements moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
Sound good?
Yep.
Okay, we're all in.
All
All
in.
in. Woo! Awesome. Awesome. You guys are great. Good job. So, the next thing I would like to do is spend some time getting to know each other and then introducing each other to the whole group.
Cool.
And so what I mean by that is we're gonna break up in partners, but since we have an odd number, one is gonna be a group of 3 and the other is gonna be a group of 2. And you're going to interview one another and ask them. I have a list of interview questions. It should only take us a couple minutes, and I brought us a timer to stay on task. So what you'll do is you'll interview your partner, and as a reminder, I want you to listen with your eyes, ears, and heart. What does that mean again, Joseph?
Paying attention, focus.
And focus, and listening with an open heart, not judgmental. And remember our group norms, no put downs. Right, perfect. So we'll take a few moments to interview each other. Then we're gonna practice introducing the person you interviewed to the rest of the group with the information that you learned. And before we do that, I'll model a pretend introduction so that you guys know what I'm looking for and we can get some good practice. Does everyone understand?
Yes.
Okay, Rowan, can you repeat the directions?
We're gonna interview each other, and then you're gonna practice on a model, and then we're gonna introduce each other.
Awesome, good deal. Okay, so I think because of just the way we're sitting, the way it would be easiest is for Joseph and Nico, if you would interview one another, and then Rowan, Ellie, and Oren. What I'd like you to do is Rowan interview Ellie, Ellie interview Oren, and Oren interview Rowan. Does that make sense? And then you guys interview each other. And again, remember, how are we listening?
With our eyes, ears, and hearts.
Excellent, good job, you guys. Okay, so whoever wants to start, and we'll go ahead and start the timer and get to work now.
Name and where you're from.
Alright,
What's your date?
Joseph.
It's helpful to write it down that way, because when you're introducing somebody, sometimes it's hard to remember the
Ages of
answers.
any brothers or sisters.
And where are you from?
St. Louis.
6. or sisters?
Pets.
Two 15s and one 18-year-old.
What do you like to do for fun? What you like to do for fun?
Do you have any pets?
Motorcycle.
Two dogs.
Favorite and least favorite subjects in school?
Favorite, music.
Play the Switch.
Yeah. Least favorite,
I like how
Reading.
kind everyone is being to
What
one
is your
another.
favorite subject?
Least is
and least favorite subject at school?
Favorite has to be science. And then least favorite is reading.
okay. Name?
Ellie,
Where are you from?
Florida.
Any ages?
23.
Pets?
One pet.
What's your name?
What do you like to do for fun?
Go to the beach.
Skateboard.
No.
Where are you from? What's the ages of your
Favorite, least
brothers
favorite
or
subject at
sisters?
school?
Not good. Reading.
18.
I'm sure you're good at reading. It's my favorite.
Any pets?
And math is my least
Dogs.
favorite. Math.
Math is your
What do you like to do for fun?
okay.
Okay, what's your name? Where you're
Orin.
What's your favorite and least favorite
O-R-I-N.
subjects in school?
actually one
My
hour.
favorite
Okay.
Alright, and
least favorite
I'm from
reading.
Florida.
Do you have any brothers or sisters?
Already starting to see
no.
some similarities and differences.
Any pets?
No.
And we'll just wait a moment for them
What do you
to
like to do
finish.
for fun?
Jellyfish.
Golf.
Favorite and least favorite subject?
My favorite is reading.
Mm-hmm.
Least favorite is lunch.
Okay.
We're done.
Excellent. I loved how everyone listened with their eyes, ears, and hearts. You guys did a wonderful job.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So, like I said, I'm gonna model an introduction of what I'm looking for each of you, and then we'll take turns and each of you can introduce to the group the person that you interviewed. So, we're going to pretend that I have someone I'm introducing here, and his name is Jason. And group, I would like to introduce you to my friend Jason. Jason is from Indiana. Jason is an only child. I'm sorry, what did you say?
Where's Indiana?
Indiana is in the Midwest. It's another state. It's roughly 13 hours away from Florida.
Okay.
Good question.
Never been.
Good question. Jason is an only child. Currently, he does not have any pets. He loves to drive his motorcycle for fun. And his favorite subject in school is anything about fire or investigations. And his least favorite subject in school is anything having to do with reading, because it's just not his favorite thing to do. So, you guys understand what I'm looking for?
Yes.
Awesome. You did a great job paying attention to me. Thank you. Who would like to start? Do I have a volunteer that would?
I would love
Lauren.
to start.
Awesome.
So,
Who are you introducing?
Rowan.
Okay.
She's from Florida.
Okay.
She has one brother that is 15.
Okay.
No pets.
Okay.
Currently no pets. She likes to motorcycle for fun, just like Jason.
Okay. Yes, I like that.
Her favorite subject is theater.
Okay.
Your least favorite is reading.
And her least favorite is reading. Okay, so that's something similar to
Jason.
Jason.
Yep.
Very good.
I will introduce Ellie now.
Okay. Thank you.
So this is Ellie. She's from Florida. Her brother, she has one brother and he's 23. She has one pet. She likes to skateboard for fun. And her favorite subject in school is math, and her least favorite is reading.
Another common thing there. We're seeing some brothers, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And some, you guys already saw that when you did your interviews,
Well,
I'm
she likes
thinking.
skateboarding. I like motorcycling. That's another.
That's a little bit different. Well, you know, but you had some similarities too with the brothers.
Could be friends.
Could be. Could be. Who wants to go next?
I'll go.
Okay, thank
This
you.
is Oren. He's from Florida. He doesn't have any siblings or any pets. He likes to
Wow.
golf for fun. His favorite subject is reading, and his least favorite subject is lunch.
Okay, so that's interesting because it's different than what we've heard already, right?
Yeah.
But different is good also because it brings a different perspective to the group.
Dynamic.
It brings a
Dynamic.
great dynamic. Very good. Nicholas or Joseph, do either of you want to volunteer?
I'll go.
Okay, thank you.
So this is Nicholas. He lives in Florida. He has a brother that's 18, a stepsister that's 18 as well, and another brother that's 15.
Wow, you have a lot of siblings.
That's a big family.
Crazy.
He has 2 dogs. He likes to play games, and his favorite subject in school is history, and his least is reading.
Another least favorite subject is reading,
No one likes reading here. I don't know what's going on.
except for Warren.
I'm sorry, I read it.
Are you ready to go, Nicholas?
Yes.
Okay.
This is Joseph. He's from Port St. Lucie. He has 2 15-year-old brothers and 1 15-year-old stepsister. He has 2 dogs. He likes to play games. His favorite subject is science, and his least favorite is reading.
Another least favorite
But
reading.
you like science. That's nice.
We had some
You guys must
common,
not
we
be
had some
well.
common themes though. Did you guys hear some other common themes besides the everyone doesn't like reading except for Warren?
Yeah, it's weird. Everyone's from Florida.
Everyone is
Yeah.
from Florida.
That's pretty unique. You guys have a lot of siblings.
Yeah.
That's good.
A lot of connections here for a lot of similarities. So sometimes when you find connections with people, it makes it easier to then have conversations with them after you've been introduced to them. You're like, hey, I like to play games too. Hey, I don't like reading either. Very good, you guys. Very good. All right, so moving ahead, let's talk about something else that we're going to learn more about in student success skills. During student success skills, we focus on 5 keys, and they are things that we hope to learn and improve upon to help us be successful. And I brought a handout with me today that identifies each of the 5 keys. I'm wondering if maybe we can go around the room and each of you takes a turn to read one of the keys.
Can I read first?
You can definitely read first.
I'm reading the first one, right?
Yes.
Setting goals and making plans to help us reach our goals. Academic, social, self-management.
Very good. Do I have a volunteer that would like to read the second key? Thanks, Rowan.
Building our strengths, practicing new skills, and giving and getting good coaching feedback.
Very good. Are you were volunteered. Do you want to read number 3?
Of course.
Thanks, Nico.
Sharing success and improvements, even if small, and being encouraging to ourselves and others.
Okay. And do you want to read the 4th one, Joseph?
Getting better at brainstorming how to solve problems / blocks that keep us from our goals.
Very good.
Stretching or challenging ourselves to reach higher, further, and working on our balance so we will have the energy and positive attitudes to keep us motivated and going forward.
Very good. Was there any that, like, when you heard those, you're like, wow, I can't wait to learn more about that in this group? Anything that stood out to you guys?
Sharing success.
Yeah,
Okay.
I agree with that.
So why is that, why do you think that would be helpful to learn more about or to get better at?
Might help me get over my struggles
Okay.
and what I'm going for. Might help me make me succeed.
Like what?
Just anything.
Very good. Well, I think sometimes by sharing successes, even when they're really small, they make you feel better and more motivated to keep going and keep trying, doesn't it?
Yep.
Very good. So, we've been sitting for a while. Let's stand and do a quick 1-leg stretch. How does that sound? Okay.
Sounds good.
All right, so carefully push your chair either in or to the side. And since we're gonna do a 1-leg stretch, maybe put one hand either on the back of your chair or on the table so that nobody topples or falls down. Okay, you guys ready? Okay, so first we're gonna do a stretch. Very good. And then let's do a one leg balance.
Ooh.
I'm gonna pick my right leg to balance on because that's my better leg. But I'm gonna hold on to the table. How's that sound? And then let's do the other leg.
Sounds good.
Ooh.
All right, you guys ready to get back into the group?
Let's do it.
Awesome.
Sounds good.
Good work. So I have something else I'm really excited to share with you guys today that we'll be working on and doing more and more of with our group, and it's a concept called Kaizen. Has
Sounds
anyone
cool.
ever heard of that before?
It's in our one of the 5 keys.
It was in one of the 5s. Very good. You were paying attention. Good job, Ellie. And you're absolutely right. It is part of one of the 5 keys. And Kaizen is a Japanese term. Small, seemingly insignificant improvements that are continuous and never ending towards improvement, and is the ability to notice even very small improvements in ourselves, but also in others. And like what Joseph was saying earlier, if you guys remember, in the keys, one that really spoke to him, and I think Oren, you agreed with him, was sharing successes and improvements, even small, Kaizen, and being encouraging to ourselves and to others. And I have another cool thing to share with you guys about Kaizen that is like a fun little hand movement, and I'll show it to you first and then maybe we can do it all together. Okay, so Kaizen, little by little, bit by bit, I'm improving every day. You ready to try that?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do that together as a group. What do you say?
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Okay,
Right.
ready?
Yep.
Little by little, bit by bit, I'm improving every day. Sorry. You really got into it, and I really appreciate that.
Anytime.
Do you guys like that?
Yeah.
Yes.
That was
Yeah.
fun.
Is it something that you think might help you?
Yeah. we'll just-
Awesome. I know it feels like I'm showing you guys all, I'm just so excited about this new group, and I
Me
think
too.
that, thank you. I think that these are all really neat things that will help you learn to be successful at school. So we're also gonna use the Imagine poster. This is our Imagine poster, and we'll be looking back on this for our future group sessions too. So the Imagine poster shows more strategies that we'll be learning and practicing as we go. And these 4 points are reminders of certain things that we're gonna learn. For Imagine, we're gonna learn things about like mentally practicing, visiting unique safe places in our mind while running a video in our imagination of being successful in reaching our goal. Because sometimes it helps us to imagine reaching the goal, and then it makes it more real and tangible that you'll be able to. Another thing we'll be focusing is practicing, because we have to put our plans to work and practice in order to be successful. And we'll also be periodically starting over. And starting over doesn't mean failure. Starting over is helping each other solve problems and learn new strategies, because if what you're doing isn't working, you need to start over, right? And then the 4th thing that this poster is going to remind us of is that we're working on self-talk and optimism. You are very close. That means you are almost there. So positive self-talk kind of helps you to achieving your goals as well. Which leads me into the next thing we're going to do today, and that is our positive statements. And as an example of working on optimism and positive self-talk, I'm going to share a couple of positive self-talk statements with you, sentence stems. You guys remember those, like in writing class and so forth? The teacher will give you sentence stems. So I'll share some sentence stems with you, and then we'll break up in the same group that you just worked in for introducing each other. And you'll think about one of these sentence stems in a time where it might be helpful to you, when maybe you usually have like a negative self-talk statement in your head. Does that make sense to everyone what I'm asking them to do?
Yeah.
Does anyone want to recap those directions?
Putting it together so you would have a better feeling in your head.
Okay, so you'll think of an example where it could be helpful to you, where maybe you typically would have like a negative self-talk statement. So if you think of a time where you usually would like say, oh, I can't do that, or that's too hard, or I'll never be able to do that, maybe instead replacing it with one of these positive statements might help you be more successful. So the first sentence stem is, that's not like me, fill in the blank. I'm usually more. So maybe that's not like me to quit. I'm usually more perseverant. Another example of a positive self-talk statement sentence stem is, up until now, fill in the blank. From now on though. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll leave these here where everyone can see. I'm gonna do the timer again, and while you're talking, I'm just gonna listen if you don't mind and just hear the great conversations you guys are having with one another. Okay, go right ahead.
Oh, sorry, guys.
So maybe,
Up
and
until now. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
no, speak quietly with your,
Up until now, I thought C's were okay. But from now on, I know they're not okay.
so try to
Oh, your turn.
reframe that, Oren. If I could suggest, try to reframe that more in the sense of a positive. Can you think of a more positive way you could say that, where it wouldn't be so defeating to yourself?
Maybe like, up until now, I thought C's were okay. From now on, I want to get A's.
Okay.
Okay.
What's a sentence that might work for you, Joe?
Probably the same thing, but probably strive for a better like B's or A's. Give me myself more room.
Okay.
Someone else?
Do you have an idea?
Not.
Okay.
That's not like me to procrastinate, usually more motivated.
Oh, very good. Can you give me an example of when that might be a time that you can use that in your mind to change your mindset?
When I have a lot of homework that I need to get done.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Can anyone else relate to that? Yeah, you guys all say yes.
Mhm.
Everybody must have a lot of homework.
Yeah.
Rowan, do you have anything you'd like to share?
Not anything new from what they were saying.
Okay, so it sounds like everyone really relates well to what Oren was saying and also what Ellie was saying. Okay, so maybe like when you see yourselves out and about at school, you can continue to encourage one another to have these positive self-talk statements by making positive statements to one another. Like, you got this, Ellie, keep going.
Like
Right.
knowing you'll be able to figure it out. Like,
Very good. Very good. I can see you guys using this like when you're working out,
Oh,
the
yeah.
positive self-talk statements
During the test.
during a test. What's another time that you might see yourself doing it?
If you're like doing a sport, you're having a bad game.
Oh, absolutely. Very good. So I see these being applied not just like in school, but in other areas of life as well. Excellent. Very good. Thank you guys for sharing. I appreciate it. Okay, so we're going to talk about one last thing today, and this is our Keep Cool tunes. Do you guys like to listen to music? Yeah? Yeah? So do you find that when you listen to music, it could improve your mood, or it could make you feel better, happier, peppier?
Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. So sometimes we can use music to create shields that help us cope with pressure situations. For example, under pressure, we sometimes start negative tapes playing in our mind, like what I was talking about earlier with the negative self-talk. For example, and this might apply to a couple of you who are going to be drivers soon, is the driving test is way too hard. How do they expect anybody to pass this thing? I'm never going to get my license. Everybody will think I'm a loser. I won't have any friends. Is that positive self-talk or negative self-talk?
It's negative.
Okay, very good. So there's a simple technique that lots of people your age use to cut this negative message tape off, and it involves 3 easy steps. Let me show this to you. This is the Keep Cool Tunes Tune Shield. So the first thing is you gotta notice when the negative tape is playing. You gotta have that self-awareness and recognize when you have the negative self-tape playing in your head. You gotta say, aha, there's my negative self-talk again, okay? Next, you use the awareness of the negative message to trigger your positive message. So you recognize you have the negative message going. That should trigger, I need to change my tape and play a positive message. Time for me to hit my keep cool tune. And this will remind you to start singing or humming silently if people are around the positive phrase from the song you've already picked out. So, for example, you could start singing one that I think of when I'm feeling like really stressed, and that's a very popular Taylor Swift song.
Shake It Off.
Shake It Off. Excellent. It's positive message, and it just tells you to shake it off, right? Okay. So, but that's the song that works for me. So it may not be necessarily the song that works for you. So I'd like you guys to be, while I'm talking, be thinking about what song is the song that works for me, and try to pick one that has a positive message, positive language, like it would be appropriate to share with others, right? And then start switching your attention from this automatic negative message to the positive one that gives you control over your thinking. And that's the Cool Tunes Shield. Keep Cool Tunes Shield, excuse me. So, last, decide what is the best thing for you to do next to handle the current situation instead of letting the negative tape rob you of your confidence. Very good. And now that you're back in control, you can handle what's next to do, what's best, the next best thing. So, as a group, let's talk about, like, what are a couple songs that you can think of that you would like, and write down the phrase or the song title that can help remind you this positive tune in your mind. What's one? I already gave you guys one. That was Shake It Off by Taylor Swift. You can write on the interview papers if you want, if that's easier on the back. What is the song? I'm really curious to hear from you guys. What's a song that has a positive message?
Mars.
Some of you are acting like you have a really cool idea, and I'm excited to see what it is.
I think I agree with someone.
You agree with someone?
Yes.
Awesome. All right, I only have 3 pens, so we do have to share a little bit. What music do you typically listen to?
Very happy music.
Very happy music that puts you in a good mood?
There's just too many ideas to think of that I can't write them down.
I love it. I think that's great. Do you guys want to share out some of your ideas?
Joseph?
The song Happy by Pharrell Williams.
Yes, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
That's a very, very good one.
Yeah, right.
Does anyone else think that that would be a good song to put them in a... Oh, Ellie does. She's raising her hand. What song did you think of, Ellie?
I thought of the same one.
Look
That's
at
what I
that.
wrote down too.
It is a happy song. Puts you in a good mood. Rowan, did you have another idea?
I don't know, but I'm looking at words and he has a really good one.
He does.
But I kind of agree with Joseph and Ellie.
And you agree with Joseph and Ellie? That's awesome.
So I like the song Wrecking Ball because it helps you like get through your problems like that, like really strong.
Okay. And it motivates you?
Yeah, it like hypes me up.
Inspires you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Very good. Can you guys think of any other songs other than the songs we shared?
Dynamite?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one Katy Perry song with 4th of July one.
Fireworks.
Fireworks.
That's a good one. You guys, look at all these great ideas you're coming up with. So what we usually do with, and we're running out of time, so we're not gonna do it today, but I'll just prepare you for this for when we meet again, is that what we often do with the happy music, that is we then do some brain gym moves, because brain gym is a really great activity to get your right brain and your left brain talking well with one another, get some blood pumping through your body. And we play the song, and I'll show you guys a couple of different brain gym moves that we can do every time we get together. And so next time we're together, I would like for one of you or two of you to volunteer to bring a song, or to remember to write down a song, and I can pull it up on my Apple iTunes and we can listen to it when we do our brain gym, and then discuss how that can be a good keep cool tune shield. How does that sound?
Sounds good.
Sounds fun.
Awesome. Well, you guys did an excellent job today. I appreciate your attention. I appreciate your time. Thank you very much. And that concludes our group for the day.